Welcome back to another amazing episode of The Hot Seat, where we've got the hottest seat and even hotter questions featuring Yoshi, y'all.
Hey!
Yeah!
Sudarso. Wow, with the accent.
Sudarso. Yoshi Sudarso.
That's pretty good.
Sudarso.
So, you know, you're in the hot seat, we want to get to know you, but before we get too hot out here, because it gets really steamy, we're going to start really cold and dry. And the master of that, Mr. Bart Kwan, is going to start it off.
So
Mr.
scared.
Yoshi,
Yes.
what's your favorite two-dimensional shape?
Two-dimensional shape.
He's so good.
He just says one word and then he goes, whatever follows it, I'm gonna say it.
He's prompting himself.
Please, Mad Libs.
Waifu boobies.
Wife with boobies.
Waifu boobies.
What's that?
Boobies.
Oh, the W?
Waifu?
Yeah.
Oh my God, none of you are nerds. Jesus.
I know what that is.
What the hell's a waifu?
That's like a
Anime waifu?
I say that all the time, but what is
Is that NFT? What's a waifu?
It's like a wife, but you're saying it like
Waifu.
waifu.
Oh, like
So
Japanese.
anime style.
When I Google waifu boobies, this
2D.
shows up.
You said 2D, right?
Is that hentai?
Wait, that's 2D, that's 3D.
Yeah, there's some real titties on there. That's double D.
That's 2D, right? That's
Don't
2D.
fuck with the animators. They're doing real hard work out there, trying hardest to make good titties. They're trying the real hardest to do good titties, yeah.
I feel like he was looking for like triangle.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like a circle.
Well, he's trying to throw me off. I'm gonna throw him off.
Like Laura
That's a
Croft.
good answer. I think that's a good answer.
I think
That's a good answer.
That's a very Yoshi answer.
PlayStation 1, Laura Croft titties. Is that what you're going
Yeah.
for?
No, that's 3D. That's polygon, right? We're not gonna do that.
My man.
So hot when I was
She was so fucking hot.
Triangular polygon.
That's why titties away. They took them away.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's a big butt now, because everything's butt world.
Not a big butt.
cannot lie.
All right, well, between questions, we always have them shed one article of clothing, so then just take that off, we'll get some
Yeah,
questions.
just take it off and then we'll get going.
Oh, he's a tease. He knows this game.
He's a sneak attacker.
We tried to do some fan service, but no.
I guess we got a Christian today.
Congrats on being born
I've
again.
been sitting here drinking the whole time. I'm like,
That's amazing. That's amazing. You got one of those baby alien bellies.
Nah, that's his talent.
I got a
Don't be
question for
fooled.
you, you little sneak attacker.
Here we go.
Let's say.
What's your favorite color chainsaw?
black, all black. With a little bit of white.
This motherfucker.
Right along the blade.
You gotta watch the show in order.
Let's say you're a Mormon for Lucifer. How do you sell that religion?
Ooh, nice.
What?
Good.
I'm a Mormon for Lucifer.
Yeah, you're on a bicycle and you're like, say,
You got your little short sleeve.
yeah, get your Satan and get your Satan today.
Well, first I would unbutton a few,
Okay.
Good.
right? Because we're selling Lucifer.
No, because it's hot.
But he's not about to break the law.
No, but then you don't have the helmet because you gotta have the hair like. You know, you take it off.
So you're a hot Mormon, huh?
Yeah, halfway through. So you're losing them a little bit. You take it off, and you're like, cool.
Yeah, you're lustful.
I mean, Lucifer.
You grew up in California.
Yes, I did.
Your name is Yoshi.
It is Yoshi. Well,
Like in school because of the Mario games and shit.
well, that's actually why I got the name Yoshi. My real name's Yoshua, and people can say it properly.
Joshua?
Yeah.
Did your mom mess up and she's like, Joshua?
So it's exactly that.
that right?
In Indonesia, like we go by Hebrew style, it's not Joshua. Joshua becomes Yosua, or Yeshua. And so when we moved here, they added the H, but they didn't change the Y to a J.
Got it.
Why do you guys go Hebrew style?
They're original. They go to the source. They're like, fuck that fucking Anglo shit.
We're going
Arabic names. Yeah.
got Hebrew national francs?
That's the third question.
Actually,
Is that the
no.
most popular hot dog?
Yeah.
It's really up there.
I thought,
Actually, I don't know. Maybe.
at first, I thought you were Japanese.
I know.
Because your name, yeah, I remember you're like, Yoshi, oh, you're Japanese too? That's cool. And you're like, wait,
I'm like a little bit.
Yoshi's not Japanese? And then it's like a nickname, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, how come Peter doesn't have a Japanese name?
Yeah. And it's my older brother is Christian.
Peter Schwartz.
Christian Joshua Peter. That was our real name.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then Peter.
Like Peter from St. Peter.
St. Peter. That's right.
Damn, man.
What'd you want to be when you grew up when you were a kid?
I wanted to be a fire truck driver. Like,
I thought you wanted to be a truck.
I don't know why I said fire truck driver.
Hey, that's fine. Now you can identify as one if you want. You can be a fire
You just want to drive the truck, but hey guys, put that out, please.
Listen. The reason why I went to fire truck is because my kid loves trucks right now, and all he does is point out trucks. So when I went to say fireman, I said fire truck because I've been
so used to like acknowledging the truck existence.
This got so much hotter right now. Oh my god.
He's a dad.
Oh my god, dude.
You get me?
You want to be ridden by firemen.
Two tacos. Here, take these. They're for free. Here.
I got my mulitas. I got my mulitas.
Here's some food.
So you have a kid. That's obviously a big step. What made you and your wife go like, okay, it's time to just settle down. Let's do this, or was it?
That was always the plan. We had already thought about that, and it was just like, we're never gonna be ready. So we just.
You guys were high school sweethearts, right? Or like
we weren't high school sweethearts, but I liked her. When I moved to America when I was 8, I saw her and I loved her. Like that was like I was like her.
Wow. Like she was like a fucking girl across the street, like Winnie.
It was at church.
No way.
So you loved her when you were 8?
Yeah, as much as a kid could love somebody else. I was like, Mom, I'm gonna marry her, and my mom was like, Okay, chill out.
Wow.
When you were 8.
Did you guys ever have a rough part in the relationship, have a break, and then you like screwed a bunch of bitches?
Yeah, you fuck up a ton of bitches.
Yo, wow.
It's a hot seat, right?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Okay, no, I'm just.
I
Nick was asking me to ask you.
Yeah,
I
like, please
did
ask us, Anthony.
have a moment in time when I was gonna ask, because I knew if I was gonna start dating her, we started getting to know each other like around my 20s, and I knew if I asked her out, that was it. She was gonna be the only.
Because you guys are like old school, like church buddies. So that style is like when you date, it's like almost marriage.
It wasn't so much that because I wasn't necessarily being super like Christian boy or whatever, but I just knew I was like there isn't anyone like her, and I had already kind of like known it in my head that I was gonna.
Been friends for so long.
We became friends. We knew each other like from 8 years old to like 20, but we didn't like interact as friends. We knew each other. We saw each other at church, and she would serve and I would serve, but it wasn't until
always like, oh my god, it's her.
Yes, it was
Every
for me.
weekend.
How did she see you that?
At 7:35, we turn up the heat a little bit. If you were to put 2 pictures, right?
Yes.
Same lady, your wife. One when she's 8, one now. Which one's hotter? You fell in love when you were 8. That's what you said. You said something.
You look at her now like you're not as young as you used to look. Like you're old. You're so old now.
That's a very.
You're a
unique-
fucking
yeah.
aging hag.
He actually is probably one of the rare few that can answer that. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was. Yeah, you guys were.
It's like
involved.
I liked it when I first met you, but like you
7:35 minutes.
not the same woman that I knew.
She got hotter every year. And I'm happy with that.
Attacker, man.
Good. That's good. You handled that. Like an
You gotta take off another piece of.
You want to take out the wedding ring?
So that's super interesting to me. Like, you know, like it's not that common where, well, at least for me, where you find your first crush.
Yeah.
And then you basically stay in contact with this crush, because usually people like move away or whatever, right?
Right.
And then you stay in like friends or whatever, and then you actually get to be with her.
I remember the moment because I dated somebody else in high school, and because I stopped going to the church that Sarah and I grew up in. Like I only went on Sundays, and I barely saw her instead of going on to like the youth group. So I started dating somebody else, and I remember at the tail end of our relationship, we ended it. My high school like girlfriend at the time, and out of nowhere, it's like. She like knew, she didn't know that I was not dating or dating anyone or whatever, but she saw me and she was like, oh, you look really nice today, like, you know, hand touching.
And when you like,
and I
praise the Lord,
bro, I went to Peter straight away and I was like, I think I still love Sarah.
Wow.
And he was like, no! But that was kind of the start of it all.
Oh, this is while you were dating the other girl?
No, we had broken up. But I told
trying
Peter,
to catch him.
watch it.
Dude,
Watch it now.
Sneak attack.
Watch it
man.
now.
Sneak attack.
But between my high school girlfriend and her, I did date other women, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go a little crazy, like you said. I went a little crazy, and then it was like straight up.
I feel like his version of Little Crazy is still very gentlemanly.
like going to the movies.
Especially a rated PG-13.
Dude.
I'll let you,
Yo, she's really clean on the streets.
Yeah.
Usually means he's a freak in the sheets, you know what I mean?
College age.
This was college age. Yeah. It was. I went a little crazy where I like
get a little crazy.
failed
and
classes.
experiment.
And, like,
Failed
I was, like,
classes.
It's
I was,
self-discovery.
you know, I pushed back like a couple semesters because of it. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I went a little too.
Did you go to Long Beach?
I did.
Okay, because I think that's when I met you.
LBSU.
Another cheerleader.
You were a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of cheerleaders.
World champ, baby. What's up?
So now we got too many dancers, we got too many cheerleaders.
Who the fuck said too many dancers, huh?
Earlier, we had Chappelle today. He's a comedian.
Us three.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chappelle.
And cheerleader too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stand-up comedian and then was a former cheerleader.
Yeah, we won Worlds in 2011.
What's Worlds?
Like Nationals, sorry. Not Worlds. Nationals in Daytona, so they did like a big old...
What if he was here too, and then they were just like, oh my god.
Today's video is brought to you by Expressvpn. When did we decide to stop upholding free speech as a basic human right?
What's playing out right now at big tech companies and social media sites sets a dangerous precedent.
Look, it doesn't matter what your politics are or who you voted for. Everyone should have the right to express themselves freely.
Sadly, the big tech monopoly has instead opted for silencing tactics and censorship. To fight back against big tech's control of the internet, I use ExpressVPN.
Ever wonder how free to access tech giants make all their money? Well, by tracking your searches, video history, and everything you click on. By building a profile on you and then selling off your sensitive data.
When you use the ExpressVPN app on your computer or phone, you anonymize much of your online presence by hiding your IP address. That makes your activity much more difficult to trace and sell to advertisers.
What's more, ExpressVPN encrypts 100% of your network data to protect you from eavesdroppers and cybercriminals.
What I like most is how easy it is to use. It just takes one click to protect all of your devices. That's why ExpressVPN is rated #1 by Business Insider. Let's stop allowing big tech to revoke our rights to free speech. Why not revoke their right to your data instead? Secure your internet with the VPN that I trust for online protection. Visit expressvpn.com/offtherecord. That's expressvpn.com/offtherecord to get 3 extra months free with my exclusive link. Go to expressvpn.com/offtherecord right now to learn more.
Did you guys start fighting each other?
They start lifting each other and flipping.
Well, because our boy was really good at it. Our boy's really good at it, so he might fucking wreck you actually.
I just tumble it. Yeah.
He might be judgy about you.
Okay, outside of the, because we already heard about the bruising and the veneer and stuff like
Yes.
that, any other worse injuries from stunts?
From cheer.
From cheer?
I fractured my L4, L5.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I was trying to do the lifting stuff and I was so skinny. I was like 145 at my height. And
So you lifted something and then your back.
I lifted a girl.
What was she, 300 pounds?
Well, here's the thing.
Something.
I was throwing like girls who were like 115, 120, and it was fine.
Yeah, but
because
back
they
to
knew how to
cheerleading.
jump.
But they said they were.
My dude is fucking fine. Get that.
But I threw a 90-pound girl and she didn't know how to stay up there and didn't know how to jump, so she got up and she didn't stay tight and she like went like this and I was like, oh! And I was like, oh, that was weird. But then we had to keep rehearsing and I was like 20 years old. I was like, whatever. So I went and I was the jumper of our, in the beginning of the section. So I do my jumps and I throw all these crazy jumps and then there's this double toe touch that I do. And on the second toe touch, my legs are up here and the back just locks up and I go straight down on my spine.
Oh my god!
And I went clack! And I was like, I can't move.
Why is cheerleading so fucking scary?
Dude, cheerleading, was he telling you crazy stories? Oh yeah.
But today I'm learning so much shit about cheerleading that I'm like, dude, that's a dangerous sport.
And the thing is, it's not considered a sport, so they don't get money.
And it shouldn't be considered a sport, but I'm still scared of it.
There are some crazy shit, because if it's not
Cheer
considered
is
a sport, you don't get it. It cheers 100%.
My next campaign with Nike, cheer is a sport.
Dude, let's get Silent Mike here. He's like, cheering is not a fucking sport. It's not a fucking sport. And we're like,
Jeez,
God
Mike,
damn,
sorry.
Mike, okay, chill out.
We'll bring it up again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we said that.
But it's like, b-boying finally being considered a sport.
Yeah, Olympic sport.
You're like, wait a minute,
Silent Mike.
cheer is still not.
Isn't there competitive cheering like events though that are just private and like they do the whole big shows?
Yeah, absolutely. But the problem is you have to like shovel, you have to bring out all the money on your own versus the schools taking care of it because it's not considered a sport.
Yeah.
What's the acting job that you're the most proud of, and what's the one that you?
If you could have it back.
Yeah, you
could bury it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Oh, if I didn't have to, I think every experience that I've had so far has led me to who I am, so I'm okay with everything, even though if it was like terrible or whatever.
Especially JK, right? Because this was your launch of your career, right?
It's JK, that was the launch of it, for sure.
Most terrible one then.
JK.
Terrible one.
Now JK.
You had
Now
the least
JK.
fun.
Now JK.
That I had the least fun.
Yeah. We were like Paramount Pictures back in the day. Nope. Nope.
You were like the original, dude. And people forget about that shit.
That was the thing, is like,
You son of a bitch, fuck you!
to like pull me in and do acting stuff.
Yeah, you guys are like today's Wong Fu.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
Nah, I don't think so.
Anyway, I mean, I don't know. Like, there are some like bad stuff that's happened during sets and stuff like that, but I wouldn't say it ruined my whole experience as the film. But I did the Western that I did in Indonesia.
That looks dope.
It was awesome. It was so much fun. I got to play a fucking cowboy, which you don't get. But they're not super safe in a lot of stuff. So there was a scene, and the Dutch officer that was playing with me, he was very method. And I was like, hey, guys, make sure that the knife is a fake one before we get going. And I forget I'm doing makeup, and I get there and we're doing the rehearsal, and I feel cold hard steel on my neck. And I'm like, whoa, okay, that's not the fake one. And I like called cut and everything, and I'm tied up because he was supposed to be like attacking me. And then I was like, well, all right, nope, we're not doing that. And I go up to the prop master, and they're like, I was like, bro, fake knife, the prop knife. He was like, oh, it is, it's not sharp. I was like, it's still pointy. I'm not letting that get to my neck. So then they finally like brought out the fake one, and then the method guy got all mad because he was good. He grabbed the knife and he was like, what is this? And he threw it like right at me. What? It was a little crazy.
Dude, method actors are wild, huh?
And I was like, bro, I'm #1 on this. I'm gonna get you fired. But it was my first time being #1, so I didn't want to I didn't know that I could do that,
What do you think of method actors, though?
This is a big.
Well, here's the thing.
People are talking about this right now.
Yes, they are. Yeah. And method acting, as long as it doesn't, to me, as long as it doesn't inconvenience other people and screw with other people, and it's not a way for you to
be shitty to
do
people,
shitty things and get away with it.
Doesn't extend into other people's shit.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin method acting with the fucking bullet in the camera.
I don't understand that, because he fired it at the director and the DP, which is at camera. If they were standing at camera, there shouldn't have been anyone there anyway if he was pointing at it. So I don't think he was supposed to even fire them.
And there was a screen cap, and his finger was on the trigger.
Really?
Yeah.
He's supposed to have a trigger discipline.
Yeah, but in his testimony, so like my finger was never on the trigger, whatever, and then I think
And it fired without that?
yeah, there's an image that was released, and his finger was on the.
Oh
trigger.
yeah, fully.
Well, if he shot somebody.
So on set, even if it's like it's fake gun, no ammo, you still don't point it directly at people.
Ever. So actually, that's the other funny thing. My best and favorite job that I've ever had was the job that I just did in Atlanta. I got to play just a dude. As much as I love like Asian rep and like talking about our cultural stuff, I want stories of Asian people who are just in stories.
Right. Yeah.
And so in this last movie that I did, I was the first #1 in a US film. And it's a romance film, and I'm just a dude. It was
Real
written
quick, you're talking about on the call sheet.
on the call sheet.
Yeah, so just for people, yeah.
Yeah, the lead role of it, and they don't like go into why I'm Asian. I just am, and it's cool.
We don't all have to have a movie called like Tears of a fucking Soy Sauce or something.
Right. We can have both. We can have both.
That was really good.
We can have both.
Academy Award.
Underrated.
That's why Rufio was so like valuable.
It's just
because they
Rufio.
weren't like, oh, they stole this kid from China and now he's in this.
He was just
They stole this kid from
a fucking badass Asian dude. Yeah.
He was just cool.
But Asians do that shit too, though. Like they create films that are just like fucking chopstick drama or some shit. Like it's gotta be like, come on, man, just make a fucking story about gymnastics or some shit.
And the thing is, there's space for both. Is what I'm trying to say.
What if they call Asian sensation?
It's okay.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool, right?
I'm down with Asian invasion,
Yeah, Asian invasion.
but Asian sensation, I don't know.
Asian aggression. You remember this thing? It was a little gang sign.
Never.
You ever see that shit?
That's so whack.
The gymnastics movie is called Back to Kwan.
Kwan.
I'm gonna make that movie.
I will be Kwan. I'm down.
Like your most recent project? Like what was so cool
So
about
He says a romance film.
It was
right?
it was a romance film,
Yeah,
and
sex scene, huh?
it
Did you have a sex scene?
He method acted with another woman.
That was it. It wasn't like
a white chick. Otherwise, we don't know.
It was. I had 3 different love interests.
Damn!
Kind of crazy.
Of course you would, Yoshi.
You did a lot of method acting?
They were very like good about making me feel comfortable, and I hope I was able to do the same for them. And we had like a coach for all of that, like all the scenes. So it was all good. Intimacy coach.
Is there a scene where the girl says, "Kiss me," and not because you're Asian?
There is. I wrote that in.
That's so cringe. That's so cringe.
That's so cringy. I love it.
Kiss me.
He's like, I'm a screamer?
On the take that you do for yourself, like director's all, whatever you want for this one.
Kiss me. Whatever you want for this one. Not for affirmative action reasons.
It's not because I'm first generation American, but from Indonesian roots, right?
Such good writing.
But it's also my very first like Indonesian character in a U.S.
That's cool. Dang, that's
But
dope.
the funny thing is, like, with the whole...
How many times do you say "mi goreng"?
Once or twice. But the funny thing is, because of the whole gun thing with like Baldwin, we had a scene where there was a gun that had to be pointed at me, and you know, they were like, we have the prop gun that is metal, and we have one that is plastic. We don't need the blowback because it wasn't a blowback gun, so we'll just use the plastic for this. You know, is that okay for everybody? I was like, yeah, that's fine. And they were like, we're gonna check it, we're showing it to everyone, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, anybody who wants to check it, go ahead and check it. So I go check it because it's being pointed at me, and I get to be the last one to...
And there was a bullet in there.
It's like the spring one, you know, you can tell like the feel of it and all that stuff. But when you're doing that, right, you don't want to laser anyone. Lasering is like when you point it at anybody's face. Okay. You keep it to the ground while you're checking, making sure. But because of the whole, I think, Alec Baldwin thing, everybody was like, I want to check it, I want to check it. Everybody's checking it and they're going like this. They're grabbing it and they're doing this. And they're at my face and I'm like, is there a bullet there? I was like, okay, I get wanting to check it, but if you don't know what you're doing, don't.
Guys that don't know how to fuck with guns, they'll do shit like this. Yep. Is it loaded?
I was dying, dude.
Imagine if they had to check nunchucks and each person got to do a run.
Oh my god, there's a bullet in here.
Hey, you want to check these chucks? Yeah.
Dude, you want to feel safe? My uncle was a sheriff. Actual fucking San Diego County sheriff. He's sitting there cleaning a gun, pointing it at my fucking dad's head the whole time. So yeah, my dad's like, what the fuck are you doing, Craig? And
a real gun.
What the fuck, Chuck? Who gives a shit?
Hey, but congratulations, man. You got
Thanks, dude, man. Hey, make a history, Yoshi.
Way to go.
Go watch it when it's out.